Hello, everyone. Excuse me. Hello, everyone. Welcome back to yet another political episode. It's going to be another long one. It is California, and I'll tell you, we got some woke ballot measures out. But don't worry, everything for the best. I'm guessing, although these woke ballot measures ended up passing, you're going to see some resistance from a lot of Californians. So let's take a look at Proposition 2. This is regards to issue bonds for public education. So bonds for public education. You'll see this ballot measure overwhelmingly passed. You'll see, I'll look in here, and you'll see Northern California. Northern California is like, no, thank you. You'll see here. Southern California, very supportive of this ballot measure. Imperial County, an interesting county to look at all of these ballot measures, seeing that it swung so much to the Republican Party, voted yes. You know, a part of Hispanic culture is about education. A lot of Hispanic culture, as is his county is overwhelmingly Hispanic, they really do expect and want their kids to succeed in public education. So, of course, it does not surprise me one bit that this county would overwhelmingly support this ballot measure, although there are a lot of Imperial County residents that will ultimately say no. Taxes, issue school bonds. Of course, this would ultimately mean to the increase of government, the increase of taxes, and that's overall what a lot of these residents of Imperial County were afraid of. 95% in. I'm surprised that the following counties like Madera, Mariposa, Tulum, Calaveras, Amador, and these counties. I thought these counties voted for the pro-abortion ballot measure, but they're actually saying no to this one. I find it very interesting, but obviously interesting map to look at. Los Angeles County, 62%. You got all these, all the big lead in San Francisco here, and tiny lead, very unpopulated in Northern California, which does explain why California is just so blue and why Republican areas not that really populated. But yes, the county that supported this ballot measure the most, no surprise, San Francisco, 76%. The county that voted against this measure the most is Lassen County. Lassen is right here, 66%. I just guessed it, but it is right there on the map, 66% against this ballot measure. So now let's take a look at Proposition 3. This is going to be the highlight. Not really the highlight. It's either that and the median income, and of course the wage sort of deal. I find this so fascinating. Look at this map. This, if passed, would ultimately, let's see here. This proposition would amend the state constitution to reflect existing laws and Californians' right to marry regardless of their sex or race. Oh, sounds so innocent. But a lot of Californians know the woke tricks, right? They know the woke tricks. And if you go to ballot measures, 2024 ballot measures, you're going to see, 2024 ballot measures on Wikipedia. And you're going to see the trick, okay? Wikipedia deliberately exposes this. By topic, you'll see abortion, voting, marijuana, law and crime, LGBT rights, okay? The woke legislature didn't want everyone to think that this is supposed to be for everyone. But Wikipedia exposed this. California, Proposition 3, okay? It says it repeals the 2008 Proposition 8, which outlawed same-sex marriage in the state. Now, according to the Supreme Court case of Oxford, I want to believe, what's it called? Supreme Court case that made marriage legal. It starts with, Obergefell versus Hodges. Obergefell v. Hodges, okay? So I'm not sure if you need to overturn the 2008 ruling in the ballot measure, if you guys aren't aware. California was saying back in 2008, they actually said no to same-sex marriage. You'll see here, eliminates rights of same-sex couples to marry. So many counties voted yes. Even Los Angeles County voted yes to repeal that. Wow. This was when California, although it was very left-wing and aggressively voted for Obama, it was not that woke. Compared to now, you'll see it might have gotten really high, up to the 70% range when Trump was in office, or 2020, where that identity politics was so popular. But no surprise here. You have Los Angeles County, 66%. A county that voted against this ballot measure back in 2008. That voted for, actually supported the ballot measure to eliminate same-sex marriage in the state. Now, prior to the Obergefell v. Hodges decision in 2015 that ruled that every state had to allow same-sex marriage. So ultimately, this was repealed. But the woke California legislature thought, you know what, we need to be woke and repeal that. We need to repeal and say that it's gone, even though it was gone to begin with. And a lot of Californians caught on to this. 5 million people said no. Oh, you're voting against Californians' right to marry, regardless of their sex or race. No, we know the crud. We know the deal. What you're trying to do? You're trying to screw us because Wikipedia clearly says repeals the 2008 Proposition 8, which outlawed same-sex marriage in the state. Okay, guess what? Breaking news. Yeah, that ballot measure, that was repealed a long time ago, but they knew they would get massive backlash over it. And Californians, although they're woke, they're not dumb. And ultimately, they showed up at mass, got it up to 37%. They knew this would pass, but there was a lot of protest vote, and that's what I support. Take a look at Imperial County, a county that voted against this ballot measure in 2008. Supported the ban on same-sex marriage by 60%. The Imperial County, which has long time been a Democrat stronghold, joined the no column, voting against this ballot measure by 51%. You'll see other Hispanic counties like Fresno County proved to be very compatible. Unfortunately, counties like San Bernardino, ultimately, a county that voted for Trump, voted in support of this ballot measure. Riverside, also a county that voted for Trump, voted for this ballot measure also. So I guess we struggled in some ways. There are also some counties that voted for Trump that 3 times in a row that supported this ballot measure, including El Dorado and Placer counties. I'm guessing they have some populated areas. Yeah, Placer does have a big city there. Trinity County, that's a county that voted for Trump. I'm not sure why they had to vote. But look at this. Merced and Stanislaus counties, counties that voted for Biden aggressively, they voted against this measure. So you got already communities sticking out, voting against this ridiculous ballot measure it's a grifting ballot measure. And of course it would be a huge shock if it didn't pass. But it passed, ultimately. It passed, giving, of course, now everyone has the right to marry, regardless of their sex and their race. Well, that's always been the case, though, especially in California. If someone denied someone the right to marry in California, there would be riots. So I don't see why this ballot measure is even pointless. This ballot measure is pointless. Why is this ballot measure on the ballot? It's a waste of money. Let's see if this was brought upon. Is this an initiative it is a proposed civil initiative? Yeah, this is what appeared on the ballots. Amends the Constitution to recognize the fundamental right to marry. It says, regardless of sex or race. Removes language in California Constitution stating that marriage is only between a man and a woman. Of course, they're going to go ahead, and I think that's right here. That right here is what got people to say no. So they didn't even have to eliminate the tax. Only marriage between a man and a woman is valid or recognized in California. So they X'd that out. So obviously this measure passed. Not surprised, but you'll see a lot of communities sticked up against it. Big support of this one is not San Francisco for once. It's actually Marin County. Where's Marin County? That's Humboldt. Marin. YOLO. It's one of these darker ones. Oh yeah, Marin, right here. It's just right above San Francisco. It's very liberal up there too. Very big Democrat stronghold. 2008, I think. Yeah, that county also voted against the 2008 measure to ban abortion. No, not abortion. To ban same-sex marriage. Excuse me. But yes, you see what I am talking about there. But yes, you'll see clearly 62.6% of the popular vote. All right, move on. We have a lot more to cover about issues bonds for natural resource conservation. Okay, let's see what this one has to offer. Okay, this one's controversial also. More taxes. And of course, yes, 59.8%. Californians know nothing about money. Okay, you'll see, look, same issues. The orange, that's the people that are voting more. That's more Republican areas. This proposition would authorize a $10 billion bond issued to pay for wildfire prevention, safe drinking water, and protection against the efforts of climate change. Of course. Yeah, 59.8%. Of course. Yep. Yes, a lot of woke ballot measures today. And here's the thing. Yeah, I would be really mad. Wildfire prevention is understandable. Safe drinking water, I think we have safe drinking water. I mean, unless you're telling me blue states don't have safe drinking water, so we'll stop going to them. I guess that's what you're wondering. And then protection against the effects of climate change. You know what? Climate change is going to happen regardless, okay? We are living in an era of climate change. There's nothing we can do. And you guys are going to force everyone to drive unmotorized vehicles, electric vehicles. That's not going to fix the problem. It might not make the problem worse. They'll say, oh, it's a win for us then. Oh, no. Well, I mean, I think it's going to create another problem. You'll find out. But yes, obviously, this ballot measure sadly passes. Not as big as the right to marry measure. 59.8% of 40% of Californians have a nerve to say, you know what, enough is enough when it comes to these taxes. All right, Proposition 5, lower approval requirement for local bonds. Lower the approval. And you'll see, finally, we got a ballot measure. 55% in support of this ballot measure. You're mainly seeing very conservative counties in support of the ballot measure. So this proposition would change the approval requirement for issuing local infrastructure bonds, lowering it from a 2/3 supermajority vote to a 55%. And guess what? 55% said no. And I'm glad, because we got Orange County, you got counties in Central area, you got also Imperial County joining in. The counties the woke counties that supported this silly ballot measure, you will see, are the counties of Los Angeles. Pretty close result, by the way. Monterey County, 50.3%. You got Santa Cruz County, 50.4%. Alameda County, 56% in support. San Francisco, 62%. You got Alpine County, 51%. And then you got Humboldt County. Still pretty woke, by the way, 50.5%. No one lives there. I don't know why it's blue. Maybe it has an institution or something. The county that voted against this the most, Lassen County, takes the reward for the no. While yes goes to San Francisco. Obviously, the county that wants more money. So this, of course, would give bonds more power, more efficiency to bonds. on these local bonds. And of course, this was a big L for the big government. They lost this ballot measure. First win for conservatives. And involuntary labor by the incarcerated, whatever that means. Okay, this proposition would amend the state constitution to remove a provision that lets prisons and jails force inmates to work. It would, of course, here's the thing. Why wouldn't they? Apparently, the legislature wanted to turn California into Finland, where they go and clap the cheeks of prisoners that are in prison for a reason. You're in our prison. You got to help us out. You are having free housing. You're living here for free. We could technically have you sleep at the yard and have you freeze to death out in the prison yard. Why do we have to house you? So therefore, you should abide by prison rules. Yes, I support this ballot measure. So, yes, obviously, prison inmates should work in order to earn their stay. Yes, they're forced to stay there. Oh, why should they work if they're forced to stay there? Well, here's the deal. They don't have to stay in the prison. They can stay outside in the prison yard. And that's even more of a punishment for them. I think that would help lower down crime. You freeze in the freezing cold, although that would count as unusual and cruel punishment, but you know what? Here's the deal. The same rules apply in prisons that it applies at home. If I'm housing you, it doesn't matter if you're forced to, you have to earn your stay. It doesn't matter if you're forced to stay there, you're living in my property, state property, therefore you should be forced to work. 53.3% of Californians have common sense on that. 46%, and it's a controversial thing, but yes, you'll see the county that voted no to this ballot measure is Lassen. Oh boy, it's probably the most conservative county. I want to believe it is the most conservative county, the county that voted for Trump the most. Lassen County, free California. No one lives there, but you know what? There will be a lot of people living there in the next couple of years if Gavin Newsom stays in power. But yes, Lassen County, the yes option. Of course, San Francisco. Woke San Francisco votes yes. They don't have to work. They can live there for free. And these are the people that do not take these criminals for what they are. They are criminals. They are murderers. They break the law. And the left, they want to look at the prisoner's race. Oh, it's a Hispanic guy. It's a black guy. Therefore, we shouldn't go hard on him. He probably had a hard life. No. This guy has the same expectations that everyone else. Shout out to Imperial County. The people of Imperial County believe in hard work and traditional values. 62% says no, and they agree. Yes, you should work, be forced to work if you're living somewhere. They aren't forced to house you. You're a grown adult. And therefore, you broke the law. You should apply to the state punishment on the terms of what the punishment is. Okay. Here's my favorite. I won't say my favorite, but raise the minimum wage. Oh, yes, this was an upset. An upset to a lot of woke people. Look at this. No wins. 50.7% says don't raise the minimum wage. And you would actually thought this would be the case in California. And this shows how unpopular raising the minimum wage will be. Because if you raise the minimum wage, what ends up happening? What goes up? Taxes. Who's supposed to pay for you getting... I know I yelled in the microphone, my bad. Yeah. Who's supposed to pay for your taxing, for your minimum wage? Who's supposed to pay? Who's this going to? Taxpayers. The taxes are already bad in California. And I am not surprised because they're like, the last thing we need is to pay more money so workers can get paid more. And you would think this would be the case, that this would pass. But hey, you know what? It doesn't work when you're already paying for so many government programs in this state like California that's known for this. You'll see, look at liberal San Luis Obispo County voted no. 60% no. And this is a Democrat county. It's a coastal urban county. No. They're like, no, we're hurting already. Orange County, no. 62%. Fresno County said no. 61%. Imperial County, we're getting more money. So they say yes, 56%. Okay, yeah, this is a big compatible swing county, apparently. We'll swing back and forth. But you're seeing most cities and urban areas, no. Los Angeles, at least it's not going 60%, and if it had, this ballot measure would have been passed, but it's no, 54%. But yes, it was a pretty compatible ballot measure, which ultimately failed. The county that supported this ballot measure the most, that's San Francisco, takes the title once again. While the no, that is Lassen County. Same result, same old deal. All right, take a look at raise the minimum wage, expand local rent control. All right. Wow, everyone said no. 60%. And you can see clearly, how the Republican Northern California is solid no, and the 70% is probably in benefits to conservatives to vote no. So this proposition would give local governments more authority to enact rent control by replacing the Costa-Hawkins Rental Housing Act, a state law that limits this power. So yeah, control by repealing the coastal. So apparently, Costa-Hawkins Rental Housing Act is probably beneficial to many Californians, even to conservatives. Actually, really support it. So they no doubt about it. This measure failed to pass. It's 60% no. They slammed it on that, and you'll see even San Francisco, 57% says no. Let's see. Lassen County once again. My goodness, Lassen taking the wins. Los Angeles is the one that said no. It did say no, but it's where yes had the most momentum. Argue that with Alameda County, where Oakland is. But then again, this, of course, was a pretty easy ballot measure there. Regulate spending by healthcare providers. Oh boy, yes. Oh my goodness. Okay, yeah. Well, this should be interesting, actually. Okay, this one's decisive. Very decisive. My goodness. This is a lopsided, because this is what you have. You got some Republican counties saying no. Lassen County saying no. You got even San Francisco saying no, too. They're voting together. You got counties saying yes. Like, a red county saying yes would be not that many, actually. Maybe Tulare County. That's a red county saying yes. 51% yes. Then you got a blue county. San Diego County. 55%. Although that, yeah, you also got Santa Barbara. So this county, of course, very indecisive. Like, okay, maybe Democrats have a lot of dispute in regards to this. This proposition would require that 98% of revenues from the federal prescription drug discount program be used on direct patient care. Yeah. I can understand why and ultimately this measure passed, but it was so tight, so close. It's controversial. I honestly have no take on it. Either way, I would think, why do we need 98% of revenues? That's my take. The end. But okay. So, okay. Oh, look at this one. It's going to be annoying. My goodness. Holy buckets. Okay, we need to talk about that, but I want to talk about regulate spending by healthcare providers. Looking at that again, I want to see which county voted yes more. Riverside County said yes the most, 57%. No, Alpine County. It's a liberal county, 66%. Although Del Norte County is also more of a conservative county also. So it's very lopsided. Okay, here we go. Permanently fund. Apparently in California, there's something called Medi-Cal. All right, and this is apparently California healthcare. And you're probably thinking, oh, my goodness, I don't even want to imagine this. Apparently, Medi-Cal, very progressive. And you'll see it's overwhelmingly passed by 67.9%. But one county put up a huge fight. Lassen said no, 52%. And I'm telling you, name one county to go to in California, it's going to be Lassen. Everyone likes Anaheim and Orange County. Everyone likes San Diego. But no, don't go there. Lassen County is based. 52%. You'll see, obviously, Lassen County showed energizing support against this measure. But San Diego, 78% for it. So, obviously, if you were very similar to Obamacare, Medi-Cal is obviously, this proposition would make permanent a state tax on health insurance plans. So, permanent tax on health insurance plans in California. Therefore, your tax insurance will be, of course, your health insurance will be taxed. Oh, great. And everyone's all supportive of it. And would use that revenue to fund Medi-Cal. Yeah. I would say no. No. And I'm voting with, of course, with Lassen. Lassen County, 52%, although it was very close. All right, increased sentences for drug and theft crimes. Another base measure. That base measure passes. Yep. You'll see more conservative areas, obviously, because the liberals like to lean less punitive on crime. But you'll see here, let me guess, Lassen said yes. Yep, I knew it. Lassen County, 83%. No. Santa Cruz County on the coast said yes, but it was where no had the most momentum. Apparently, California's crime is just so bad that all these woke Californians said, you know what? Maybe prosecuting some criminals and making their punishments a little more harsher would be better. But not all of them. Because that's mean! But yes, you'll see even Los Angeles, 64%. Big crime city, I'm not surprised. Alpine County, I'm sorry. I know they're not really excited about it, but no one lives there. No one lives in Alpine County. And I'm not sure if this has an institution or what. I think it is an institution county. But, obviously. All right. We have a county shout-out. Alameda County. Alameda County. And this county specifically asks for the recall Alameda County District Attorney. Oh, of course. Recall Alameda District Attorney. And I know you this, guys. There's this authoritarian mayor. Let's see. Yes, she is very horrible, by the way. Very horrible. District Attorney. Let's talk about Oakland Mayor. She is woke. Mayor Sheng Tao, and she's been ousted, thankfully. She was also recalled in a ballot measure, I want to believe. She's the dictator of Oakland. The Alameda District Attorney, also pretty authoritarian. Alameda County, California District Attorney. Okay, let's see. She looks really woke. Yeah, that's Sheng Tao. But yes, you'll see. Actually, we don't have a map? That's so disappointing. I was wanting to see if... Okay, whatever. So, this was, of course, a ballot measure. Let's see. Recall Alameda County District Attorneys, yes, 62.9%. Obviously. Get the corrupt idiots out. These people were not called to be what they are. Like Shang Tao, she was never meant to be mayor. Get her out. She's taking power for herself. Crime is reeking on the streets, and all this woman does is cry racism. Racism, racism, racism. I'm a victim. Yeah, this is all she does. She cares about herself more, defending herself than her own people. It's so ironic. If you put yourself over your own people, you don't deserve to be mayor. Period. So thankfully, Shang Tao is gone. And so is her district attorney friend. But going on forward, let's see. We call Oakland's mayor. So yeah, that's Shang Tao. Yes, 60.6%. No real map displayed, but no, this was a statewide ballot measure, and Oakland is Oakland's happy. Oakland never liked the mayor, and they're the ones that helped initiate this ballot measure. But obviously, Californians can spot a woke, not woke, they embrace woke, but they can spot a corrupt, evil mayor when they see one, and Mayor Shang Tao is one of them. Just like their silly district attorney from Alameda County. Oakland, like I mentioned before, is a city in Alameda County. It's the county seat, but a big city, influenced by San Francisco. But yes, that mayor is gone, 60.6%. I am great support of that ballot measure also. And is that it? That is it. All right. Otherwise, I want to see if there is any sort of map for those, because I want to see how they voted. But there has to be a map. This was a statewide recall vote. Or was this a legislature? A legislative... So this is California. Okay, we already got maps in. Okay, it's a question. California question. Election results. Of course, Alameda County. And if I can't find it, then we're calling it quits. It's been a long enough. Okay, we're calling it quits. Okay, so this is California. We got some wins. We got some woke wins for the woke, but we also got some political score points there. Like the stupid gay marriage thing that everyone thought everyone would go hopscotching to support. No. We know it's gay marriage. Wikipedia said it was gay marriage. Wikipedia's Trump deranged. And they're woke. And they even admitted the quiet part out loud. The point is the California state government was really, really, really sneaky and trying to point out that this happens. This isn't just a gay marriage thing. This is about race. But we know people are allowed already to marry interracially. And most importantly, it seems people are already allowed to marry the opposite sex in the country. So really, why does this ballot measure exist? That's what lots of people should be thinking of. Why is this woke ballot measure exist? Why is it on the ballot? That's the question that we should all be asking ourselves. And we know why. Because they want to repeal, and it's already repealed, but they don't like it. They are rolling in their beds every night at the fact that their state voted to eliminate gay marriage in 2008. That's what ruined 2008 for them. 2008 was a great year for progressives, but not anymore because they're boohoo whining and crying about the gay marriage measure. And now they're celebrating, but guess what? You got Trump back into office, so now they're rolling into their beds more. So you can never make a liberal happy. Keep that in mind. So anyway, what are you guys thinking? What do you guys think about in regards to our video today? Let me know down below. And as always, see you all in the next political episode.